What's going on, everybody? It's me, Joe, Returning Gamer. Back after a year to my not return to YouTube. I was gonna say I think this might just be a one-off thing, or I might just make some smaller videos like this on occasion. If I sound a little different, it's because now I'm in a dorm room with an industrial-sized air conditioner that is insanely loud. So I hope it's not too loud. I also hope my mic is working like it's supposed to. So anyway. So Payday 3 came out since last time I made a video, which was a year ago, and I have gotten to play through each heist in stealth at least a couple times. So this quick little video here is going to be me just ranking all of the heists from the perspective of someone who's done them solo stealth. So yeah. I've forgotten how to do this if you can't tell. So we're just going to get Road Rage out of the way because it is not a stealth heist. That said, I think if I did rank it, I'd put it in maybe A or B tier because it's just, Road Rage is it's the only loud only heist in the game. That said, it's a quick heist, it's a fun heist, it doesn't overstay its welcome, and it's not too insanely difficult. It's not difficult at all, really. So Road Rage, solid addition, but it's not stealth, so not stealth category is where it goes. Anyway, first up, No Rest for the Wicked, the only heist in the beta and the first main heist in the game. It's good. Now, I feel it does get a little repetitive. Now, mind you, you could say all of these get repetitive if you do them over and over, and maybe it's because I played, like, this was what they had in the beta, but this one especially feels repetitive. Stealth-wise, I think it's decent. It does irk me that you can only get a certain amount of the die packs done in solo, though. Like, I wish there was a way to do all of them. I know it's a co-op based shooter. Trust me, I know. I wish that there was a way to get all of them. I think the layout of the map is good. The RNG is pretty decent. Like nothing too outrageous that I need to remember or look for. Pretty solid addition, but not the greatest either. So I think it's a solid B tier, solid addition. Next up, good old faithful jewelry store, aka Dirty Ice. New coat of paint, huge upgrade compared to Jewelry Store and Ukraine Job from the second game. So I think if we look at it and compare it to the original Jewelry Store, it is a massive upgrade. The store is bigger. It's more in depth. There's more to do than just grabbing the loot and leaving. Stealth-wise, I think it is a direct improvement to the original. I mean, I'm sure you can just run with these EM jammers, but there is more to do. That said, the fact, and I know why they did this, but the fact that the manager is on a time limit till she leaves in order to get into the jewelry workshop to make your loot worth more money, that does bug me just a tiny bit. I mean, I know why they did it, to put the pressure on, so to speak, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I wish she just wasn't on a timer, and I had a little more time to just think things through, but I guess that's just part of the game. Also on, I don't remember if it's very hard or overkill, whatever difficulty has the lead guard on this heist. I feel like the lead guard in general, he's not hateful, but on this heist in particular, I feel like he just randomly, I don't know, like I feel like if he has a set patrol, he deviates from it, and he ends up in like the workshop, and he sees my tied up civilians, and maybe that's on me, and I should do a better job at hiding them, but still, you know, it's like, why are you in here all of a sudden, and you have now just wasted my, I don't know, 15-20 minutes getting everything set up in the process of moving all the loot, and now I have to reset if I don't want to go loud and I want to actually do this in stealth. So, compared to the original, solid upgrade jewelry store. I really like it. I think it's a really good addition. Along with No Rest for the Wicked, I think it is a solid B tier heist as well. I don't want them all to be in B tier. In fact, I'll even put it above No Rest for the Wicked, I think. So spoiler, I probably should have explained what these ranking means, except for not stealth, because that's pretty self-explanatory. So D is like, I think the game would be better off if they just didn't exist, which, spoiler alert, none of these heists are in D tier. C tier is, it's good, it's not nothing crazy. I mean, it's fine. B tier is like solid addition. A is, it's great, it's really fun, but it's not perfect. And then S is, I mean, it's not perfect, but it's above an A tier, and it's just overall like just really fun in terms of solo stealth or just stealth in general. Next up, Rock the Cradle. If we compare this, and it's not even a comparison, if you compare this to the last heist we had in a nightclub, aka nightclub, insane upgrade. I know nightclub to a lot of people was seen as a boring heist, a slow heist. This is, I'd say it's not a boring heist. Stealth Rock the Cradle. I think Stealth Rock the Cradle is amazing. The way you go in as like someone at this nightclub, and then you can stealth your way into securing a VIP invitation, and you can then go right into VIP, and everyone thinks it's normal. Cameras, guards don't see you until you're in a secure area, in which case they would see you. I like that you can that this heist, it feels like, and I think every stealth heist can be done without a mask, like without putting your mask on, without pulling your gun out. But I think this heist really shows how great the new casing mode is, because I love that it's like a whole new type of, I almost want to call it social stealth. You get in with all these civilians, and you sneak in, and you can just blend right in with all of them, and the guards don't suspect anything. And then when you're in VIP, assuming you got the invitation, you just blend right in, you sneak right in, and then you can just do the entire thing smooth and stealthy and solo without even having to put your mask on. And I think it is great. I'm trying to think if I have any complaints with it, honestly, because I know they exist. Oh, here I got one. It's one of RNG for the VIP invitation scanner upstairs in the lounge can be kind of, depending on cameras and guard spawns and patrols, not great. It's not great, but even then, I don't think that is enough to drag it down, and I think it deserves the first S tier on the list. I think this heist is amazing. It is the one that I go back to, I'd say the most, maybe second most, but even still, I think it deserves S tier. Under the Surface, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Art gallery. Well, it reminds me of Framing Frame. The heist itself, I like that you have all these different entry points and all these like different ways to get around. You can go on the roof, you can go through a window, you can go up some stairs on the side of the building, you can go through the front door if you're feeling adventurous. I also like how populated. I mean, it can be a little annoying when I'm trying to leave, but I like how populated the outsides are. Like the outsides are. You've got your civilians, you've got your guards, so it feels like an actual. Now, why all these civilians are outside of an art gallery at nighttime, I don't know, but it feels lived in compared to Framing Frame, where it's like you could just run inside, run outside, and there was no threat whatsoever. So, and I really like the new security measures. You've got the exposition. No, not exposition. You've got the exhibits. I'm sorry. You've got the exhibits. That might not even be the right word. You've got the exhibits in the art gallery. Yeah, where you've got one with lasers, and you have to stealth under and over lasers and get to a box to disable them. Or you've got the rooms with motion detectors where you gotta watch where it goes, and when it's coming towards you, you just don't move. And I mean, I know these sound simple, and I mean they are, but at the same time, it's like I think they are very unique additions when compared to original Payday 2 stealth. I like how they've changed it. They stepped it up. I feel like you know, because you come in the art gallery and you come in however, you know, roof, front door, whatever, you sneak into the exhibit, and then, you know, you're ducking under lasers, or you're dodging a motion detector, and then you're sneaking up to the glass cases, and you're cutting it open with a glass cutter. You know, I feel like an art thief. You know, I feel like, you know, it's tense and it's stealthy and it's sneaky, and this goes for all the heists. The atmosphere in this game is crazy. It is great. The heist is tense. It is sneaky. Solo stealth is great, except for the fact that one of the loot items requires 3 people. But if that's what they want to do, I guess, for a secret puzzle loot item, I guess that's what they're gonna do, as much as it bugs me, because I want to be able to do it, but it is what it is, you know? It's whatever. Under the surface, easy A tier, even if it is a little difficult from time to time, but that's just me. Alright. Gold and Shark Bank. AKA this game's version of Big Bank. Or First World Bank, however you want to look at it. I really like this heist. I've said that about pretty much all of these. I really like this heist. Stealth-wise, I think it's pretty good. All the objectives are they're not difficult, but some of them have a little bit of challenge, to where it's like I don't feel like I'm just walking, like just clearing this heist without breaking a sweat. I think guards are in good places. I think the objectives are good. Sometimes I wish finding the blue keycard was a little easier, but I think that's just because I haven't learned all the spawns yet. The puzzles aren't anything crazy. I say puzzles, but it's really just flipping switches. You know, it's really easy to understand. Get in, get out, get in with your loot. Solo stealth, I think, is really clean and simple. You know, it's get into this area, get a code to open this area, and then just open the vault and clear it without getting seen, detected, cameras, guards, all that good stuff. And I don't think there's anything that requires multiple people, so that's always a plus on my part, because I can do the whole thing solo. It's definitely easier than Big Bank. I said Big Bank was like an undertaking for me. It's always a challenge. This is, if it is, you know, the Big Bank of this game in quotes, it certainly is a lot easier. It's simplified, but even still, I think it's great heist. And I think the atmosphere is also really good. I mean, hey, if I'm gonna start talking about atmosphere, I need to back up and start from the beginning. I don't think it's as good as, say, Under the Surface or Rock the Cradle. Surface, I mean. I think those might be the best heists in the game in terms of atmosphere. But I also think this heist is really solid. And, you know, I said that Rock the Cradle is what I go back to the most. If it's not Rock the Cradle, it's this one. That said, I don't think it's as good as Rock the Cradle, and I think it goes in A tier above Under the Surface. I mean, Under the Surface, if I can get it in the right place. 99 boxes. Ice-T's heist. The rumored sperm bag heist. I'm not a huge fan. It's fine. Like I said, none of these are gonna go into D tier. Spoiler. I feel like it's a good addition. It fits the story. You're sneaking into a warehouse and you're stealing these. You're finding and then stealing these pieces of high tech that need to be put in a refrigerated container. That way they don't lose their value. You know, it's different. It's cool. It kind of reminds me of Shadow Raid, but it's not. I say it reminds me of Shadow Raid. It's at a warehouse. That's about where the similarities end. It it's a fine stealth heist. You know, it can be done solo, whatever. I'm not a fan, and it's personal preference. This whole thing is personal preference. I'm not a fan that the objectives are so time based. I don't like having to pick up the item and then sprint across the map to the refrigerated truck to keep this thing from losing value, because it's like I pick it up and then it's like almost at value, and it's like I felt like there was nothing I could do. Now maybe I just need to keep practicing and get better at it, but still I just don't like how time focused this heist is. And maybe I'm a weird one and people love 99 boxes, but I think and I didn't even go as in depth as I have with the rest of these, but I think part of that is just I'm not a fan of this heist very much. It's fine. I don't think they should like get rid of it. I think it's a good addition, but it's fine. First C tier of the list. Finally, the last heist out of the 8 that we start with until the first DLC, Touch the Sky, the climax to the story right now. Touch the Sky, I think it's good. It's also the best spot to farm kills for the kill challenges, which I have not done yet. Stealth, you're sneaking into this penthouse and you're crashing this party and you're breaking into a panic room and a hidden vault. Once again, back on atmosphere. I think it's really good. I like how you've, at least when I've played, you've had guards and they're, you've got some on this floor, some on this floor. They're not overflowing or anything. It feels realistic for the bank robbing game. And I like how things, I'm gonna say they're puzzle based, but even, it's a stretch. It's like you're hacking a phone and then finding the the guy needed to open the panic room, and you're finding a vault code to open a vault, and you're finding a hidden button to engage the panic room process, and then you're stealing this hard drive, and then you're cleaning the place out if you want more loot. And I think it's just really cool. I feel really cool when I'm infiltrating this penthouse and I'm sneaking around and I'm marking cams, or I'm avoiding them, or I'm sorry, my English vocabulary with videos is not a thing anymore. I don't think it ever was, but let's see. And everything to my knowledge is solo stealth friendly. No die packs like no Rest of the Wicked, no 3-person loot like Under the Surface. Well, it's not okay. It's above C tier. 99 boxes is stuck there by itself. Let's say I think. I debated making an A plus tier, and I could put this in an A. So I think this might go in low A tier. Maybe B plus if it was on here. So this is my tier list of the 8 heists currently, from the perspective of solo stealthing them and purely based on solo stealthing them. I know if I rank them just on the heist itself, loud and stealth, I imagine some stuff will get moved. I mean, 99 boxes might stay where it is, might go down to D tier, I don't know. But I feel everything would be kind of similar. So yeah, it's just this quick video I wanted to make, since Payday 3 is super relevant right now. Server issues aside, though, I think the game is great, and I think if people could get into play it, I would hope that they would see what I see, which is just the game needs some fixes, but it's certainly a very enjoyable time, and the heists are bigger, and their atmosphere is amazing, and the music, dude, the music is great. So yeah, that about wraps up everything I wished to do with this video. So I don't know when my next one will be. I don't know what it will be. Maybe I'll make another Payday 3 tier list. I'll become a Payday 3 content YouTuber while we wait for Cloudpunk Part 6. Anyway, if you liked the video, leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, when I upload next year. Anyway, yeah, hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one.